Cool.
Hey, my name is Jonah Levy. I am the owner and operator of Blue Whale Studios, a makeup and special effects facility serving the entertainment industry. This is the first of many vlogs to come in which we're going to do product reviews, makeup tutorials, and a whole bunch of fun stuff. Now, it is geared for the working professional makeup artist, but it's also for those of you who are just getting into the craft, or even those of you who do it as a hobby. Today, we're going to be reviewing the Iwata Custom Highline TH Airbrush. This bad boy right here. It is an amazing, amazing airbrush. It's on their higher end of airbrushes, but it is really, really worth it. So let's take a look at some of the features of it, and we'll talk a little bit more about it and show you what it can do and why I think you should have it in your kit. One of the things that's amazing about this airbrush compared to others is that when we're spattering a makeup, which is really critical for doing prosthetic work, we normally have to hold the airbrush at this angle in order for the spatter to flow. With the Highline TH, you can use it at any angle and still get that spatter effect. So you don't miss areas like under the chin, which I see all the time. Just lots of areas where normally gravity is the only way that'll get it to spatter. So that's another really fantastic feature about this airbrush. The first thing you'll notice is the beautiful metal case that it comes in. It protects the airbrush, and it's extremely portable, so you can take it with you wherever you go. Here you see the kit, what it comes with. The airbrush itself, the large color cup, the moisture trap, the tip we're going to be using for spattering later, and the wrench to untighten the needle. Let's take the airbrush out, take a look. We'll screw the color cup on, and again, it's really nice because it holds a lot of paint, really large, and it has a cap on top so you can't spill the paint. Now we'll go ahead and we'll put the moisture trap on the bottom. And to that, we will attach the hose. Okay, Airbrush 101 stuff there. Now, the next really nice feature about this airbrush is the included MAC air control valve. And what this allows you to do is dial the pressure all the way up or dial it way down. And this is extremely helpful for achieving a lot of different effects. Now there's also, you'll notice, this needle control knob in the back that allows you to pull back the trigger and get full release on the needle or limited release on the needle, and that will also help you achieve various effects. Then you'll also notice the pistol grip itself. Now most double action airbrushes that we're used to have the control at the top, but this is set up like a pistol grip. Takes a little getting used to, but it is a fantastic feature. It avoids wear and tear, I think, on your arm a little bit easier. Now, you also notice it comes with this kind of crown tip that's used for large fan sprays, and we'll show you that later. But now we're going to go ahead and put on the flathead tip, and that's really a fantastic tip. We're going to use that to show spattering techniques later, which is what I love about this airbrush. So you can see, all in all, this is a pretty all-inclusive piece of machinery. So let's show you some different techniques. Now here's the fan tip with the needle all the way back and the air pressure as high as it can get, and you get a nice large fan spray covering a wide area. So this is real useful if you need to lay down a lot of color quickly. Okay, you can just see how much color we're able to lay down. Now we've dialed down the pressure just a little bit, and we're going in with tighter, finer lines. You can see that this fan tip allows you to get pretty tight and do some really nice fine lines if we're need to get kind of tight detail work, or we're starting to go in and you can see we're doing some vein work with that too. Again, the needle is we've opened that up, but we've lowered the air pressure on that, so you can see some really nice, tight vein work we can get with that. Now here you can see we're dialing the air pressure down with a MAC control valve, and we're tightening the needle so we can't get as much pullback on the needle. In other words, the trigger is limited to how far it can go back. And you can see we're also getting some really, really nice tight lines. Again, great for detail work. Now we've replaced the crown tip with the flat cap. I'm going to show you the two just to compare them a little bit closer. There's the crown tip, there's the flat tip. And you can see the one we have on now is the flat cap. Now we've opened the needle all the way again, and we've put the air pressure all the way up with the MAC control valve, and you can see just again a nice solid coverage. It's not a fan coverage like the one that the crown cap gives. This is more of kind of a thick line, but again, good for getting a lot of color on quickly. Now we're getting real tight, and you can see again the really tight detail we can get. You can get even tighter with this flat cap. You can see how small and fine the lines get, and that's just by dialing down the pressure a little bit and getting real close. The beautiful thing about the flat cap is that you can get very close without risking scratching your actor with the needle. Now what we've done is we've opened the needle up all the way and we've dialed the pressure down very, very low. You'll have to experiment a little bit to get comfortable. But what you'll see is a very fine spatter-like pointillistic effect. This is critical for achieving a realistic skin tone where we'll layer multiple colors on top of one another in a spattering effect to start creating a realistic skin tone over a prosthetic or a mask or a creature suit or whatever we're working on. And you can see the beauty about this airbrush is you can use it at any angle. Compared to the single action airbrushes many of us are used to using, in which you have to hold the airbrush downwards to create this type of spatter effect. And the nice thing is no paint will spill because of the cap covering the color cup. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you learned a lot of new and interesting things, and hope that this inspired you to at least take a look at this airbrush and possibly stock it for your own kit. The time it saves may be well worth the expense of purchasing the airbrush. Don't forget to subscribe and leave comments below if there's something you'd like to see either reviewed or tutorial-wise, if there's tutorials you'd like us to go over. Keep an eye out, we got a couple tutorials coming up, as well as another product review in a few days. Thanks so much for tuning in.